National human rights lawyer Toby Cadman, thanks so much for speaking to us on TRT World's NewsHour. So we have a situation here where Afghan victims are asking the International Criminal Court to open an investigation into war crimes. It's on appeal. Do you think they'll be successful?
I can't say whether they will be successful. I certainly think that they should be successful, and I certainly hope they will be successful. The arguments that we've heard that's been raised so far are strong reasons for why the ICC should reverse its previous decision. The arguments put forward, as I've seen in the written submissions by the legal representative for the Afghanistan government, I don't think are strong enough to show that the Afghan court system is mature enough to deal with cases of this kind, and certainly the representations being put forward by the legal representative for the U.S. government, I would have to say are weak at best. So I certainly hope that they will, because for them not to exercise jurisdiction on this case sends a very chilling message, I think, to victims around the world, that there are ways in which you can circumvent the rule of law, and we shouldn't be seeing that at this level.
And why did the ICC take that decision in the first place back in April?
Well, they've taken the decision primarily because of the length of time it's taken to investigate, and because the lack of access into Afghanistan, the lack of cooperation from the US authorities. So for that reason, it would appear that if you refuse to cooperate and refuse to give access to ICC investigators, then you can, as we say, circumvent the rule of law. I think the appeals chamber will take a very different view of this, and certainly we hope they do. And
what do you expect the pushback from the US to be? Because obviously it would mean allowing a war crimes investigation into US forces.
Well, that's right, and certainly, as we've seen before, there were statements by Pompeo and Trump saying that they would revoke visas for ICC personnel, and they would even consider taking legal action against judges and prosecutors. I mean, that's quite an extraordinary position to take, and so I think we should expect more of the same. But again, I think the ICC has to stand up, and the judges have to stand up and oppose this, because this is effectively interfering with an independent judicial process.
And, just to sum it all up, Toby, what is at stake here for accountability for these victims in Afghanistan in this appeal? Well,
everything is at stake. I mean, the decision that the ICC makes has far-reaching consequences outside of this case. For those of us that stand up for justice and accountability and victims' rights, we have to push strongly and collectively to ensure that the ICC is giving the tools and the ability to prosecute cases. Now, I'm not saying that individuals should in fact be charged, but authorizing the investigation to identify those that are responsible, placing them under investigation, and if the evidence is there to charge them, that shouldn't matter whether they are US soldiers, UK soldiers, or dictators around the world. The same principles have to apply equally to everyone.
And have you seen anything like this before?
No. In short, no. I've never seen anything where visas and threats are made against judges and prosecutors to compel them to make such a decision. If the ICC is to function as it should and as we all want it to, then states like the United States, United Kingdom, and powerful states around the world have to cooperate with it in order for it to proceed.
Toby Cadman, it's been a pleasure speaking to you here on TRT World's NewsHour. Thank you so much for your time.